Hola, estudiantes. Today we're going to talk about expressions with hacer. So please have your note guide out and ready as I talk about this important concept. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we say we've been doing something for so long in Spanish. And it's a little bit different than how we say it in English. So if you look on your note guide, I actually gave you formulas because the way that we say it in Spanish is different than how we say it in English. If I want to talk about how long I have been doing something and it's a continual action and it's going on and it's either an action in progress or it's continuing, I use hace plus time plus que plus present tense of verb. So for example, if we focus on the first one right here, hace 2 horas que aso el pavo. I have been roasting the turkey for 2 hours. So it's an action that's continuing and it's in progress. I can also use another expression, hace plus time plus que plus preterite tense of verb, if I'm talking about an action that I did in the past that's ended. So instead of saying, talking about it going on, it ended. So for example, if I wanted to talk about an action that ended, I would say, hace 2 horas que hace el pavo. I cooked the turkey 2 hours ago. So what's the difference? The difference is the first one is talking about an action that's in progress or it continues, and the second sentence is talking about an action that we did so many hours, months, years ago. So action continues. I've been roasting it for 2 hours. See the present tense of the verb. Or it ended in the past, so 2 hours ago. That's the difference. So right now I want you to stop the video and I want you to write your own sentence. I want you to write a sentence using the formula hace plus time plus que plus present tense of verb. And then I also want you to write another sentence using hace plus time plus que plus preterite tense of verb. For example, for the first sentence you could say something like hace 2 horas cocinó el cerdo. I have been cooking the pig or the pork for 2 hours. For the second one, you could say, hace 3 horas que cociné el cerdo. I cooked the pork 3 hours ago. Try to also use a food vocabulary word from your Quizlet. Okay, let's talk about more about the rules. So we know that, and I'll say it in English, and follow along in Spanish, we express when we use hace plus time plus que plus present tense of verb, we're expressing an action that's in progress or continues. For example, hace 2 horas que aso el pavo. Also, if I want to ask a question to someone and I want to say, how long have you been doing this action? I would use the formula, and I have written it on your note guide, cuánto tiempo hace que plus present tense of verb. So I could say something like, ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que estudias en la Universidad de IU? How long have you been studying in IU? And then you could answer using hace plus time plus que plus present tense of verb. Hace 2 años que estudió en la universidad. I've been studying here for 2 years. If we want to use the expression or the formula hace plus time plus que plus preterite tense of verb, we're talking about an action that ended so many hours ago or years or months. So I could say something like hace 2 horas que hace el pavo. I cooked the turkey 2 hours ago. If I want to ask a question to stimulate that response, I would use cuánto tiempo hace que plus preterite tense of verb. So if I wanted to ask the question, how long ago did you finish high school? You could use that formula. And you could answer saying, hace 4 años que terminó la escuela secundaria. I finished 4 years ago. So remember, hace plus time plus que plus present tense of verb if you're talking about an action in progress or continuing. Hace plus time plus que plus preterite tense of verb if the action is ended. So remember, we use present tense and preterite tense in these formulas. So let's practice a little bit, and I want you to write the right answer on your note guide. I will provide the answer right after, but I want you to see if you can get it. So number 1, if I would ask the question, ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que haces el pavo? How long have you been roasting the pavo? Would I answer using the present tense, or would I answer using the preterite tense? In this situation, I would answer using the present tense. Hace 30 minutos que lo hago. I've been cooking it for 30 minutes. If I use this expression to answer a question, hace 2 años que soy vegetariano, I have been a vegetarian for 2 years. Are they a vegetarian now, or are they not a vegetarian? Well, we're talking about an action that's continuing or in progress, so I would use A, soy vegetariano. If I was answering the question, ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que aprendiste a cocinar? How long ago did you learn to cook? And I answered, hace 3 años que aprendí a cocinar. 3 years ago I learned to cook. Are you learning to cook now? Is it an action in progress, A? Or do you know how to cook? For this situation, it ended. So we know how to cook. Sé cocinar. Muy bien. So I want you to be ready for your flip mini quiz when we come to class next time. It'll be 10 questions over this important topic. Adios.